Alright guys, in our kitchen doing some stuff today. I forgot to take the video camera out and video this, but I harvested my celery today out the aquaponics, okay? And it didn't get as big, round, big, thick stalks like it usually does because a lot of the time I didn't have fish in there because, well, the story was, you know, I had gotten some bass to add in there thinking, you know, let me get some bass, and they just messed up my whole system. So through the process I lost my catfish and bought some more, put them in, and eventually lost them, and now I got the system's still, I don't have no fish in it, but I've been putting rainwater in it, so I grew my celery in the rainwater basically. So in the harvest I wound up with I cut up the stalks. I got two little bags of chopped celery, and then all the greens, as you can see right here, I got more than that, but I cleaned it. I got it in my little spinner here, my salad spinner, kind of drying it some. And what I'm doing with the leaves is I'm putting them in the dehydrator, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and dry out the celery, and then I'm gonna grind it and make a celery powder, okay? So that's what I'm doing with my celery this year. And didn't have a whole lot. I mean, I did have a lot, but it was all small because I didn't have fish supplying nutrients to it this year. But at least I got some, and I was able to harvest it. I had to get it. It was starting to, some of it was starting to wilt and everything because of the heat we've been having. So I went ahead and harvested it. So I got a little bit left. Well, actually, this last spinner just spun, and still let me spin it again. Clean that up after. It'll probably take a couple of days for this to dehydrate, you know. 2 to 3 days probably. Smells so good. Beautiful. All right. Okay. So I'll see you back here in a couple of days when it's dried out, and we'll go ahead and grind it up, and I'll just video that and show you that, okay? All right, see you on the update. All right, well guys, there's the aquaponics now. All the celery's gone. I cut it all down, and I cut it up, made the bags as you saw, and we're gonna make some powder. Now I've never done that part before. I've never done the celery powder, but I didn't just pull the leaves off, the little stem that the leaves were connected to. I cut all that off, and that's what I'm dehydrating all of that. So in a couple of days, we'll come back on the video. We'll show you it all dried out, and I use a little coffee bean grinder, and I just grind it up and make a powder. And which I've never done it with celery before. I've done it with some other things, but yeah. So that's the game plan for that. At least we got to harvest some celery. Because of the fact I didn't have the fish, it didn't get nearly as big as they normally get. And so after I'm finished with that, I think I'm gonna cut up this. This is lemon thyme here, and I have some tarragon, which I don't have much of it, but I need to get that standing up. You know that it's falling over, and I don't know if that's gonna hurt anything. The basil's doing good. Rosemary that I planted, I had some that I kind of had some cuttings that I was starting. They all died, but I had put these in here, and now they've taken off, looking really well. It's growing, I could tell. It's doing great, actually. And there's one of those spider bugs, whatever they call them. It's a dead one now. And yeah, and my mint back there, well, it's kind of not doing too good. I might be harvesting that, but when I harvest that, I'm not drying it. I'm going to be actually infusing it with some oil to make a mint oil that I actually want to add to my comfrey salve when I make my comfrey salve. So that's the plan. I feel like, you know, it's going to give it a smell, which is going to be nicer. And mint, well, kind of, you know, gives it that cool feeling. It'll like open up your pores. This stuff can get in your pores even quicker. Even though it works pretty fast now, but I think overall it will help. And so today, the shrimp lady came by, and she got all the Buff Orpingtons that I had in here. So now all I have in here now is my American breast chickens. Amen. So now I had out of these 6, I got the 1 roost and 5 hens. I thought the smallest one in here, it's almost looking like the cone's growing, and it's going to be a rooster. So if that's the case, then I have 4 hens and 2 roosters, which would be fine, because I'll grow them out and start trying to get them reproduced. And before I eat one, I make sure I have some chicks, you know, before we start eating these guys. Yeah, so they're growing. They get nice looking. They're looking good. And even with the little one, even though it's getting the crown, it still might be just a small hen, and she might just be older than what she looks. She looks like she's very young, like a lot younger than the other ones because of her size. And I'm saying that because of this. The hens, their feet are blue, and that's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be red, white, and blue. And on the rooster, well, they just starting to turn blue a little bit, but the other one's a nice, pretty blue. I mean, it's amazing. It's really different, but it seemed like the rooster, it's not doing it the same. And maybe that's the way it is. And if that's the way it is with them, then that little one that I'm thinking might possibly be a rooster is really a hen, and she's just small, and she's happened to be older than the other ones, because, you know, the hens, their little cones are going to turn red eventually, you know what I mean? But on the roosters, they do it early, and that's one way you can tell. And on the hens, they stay pink a lot longer. But their cones will grow, whatever they call them. And but anyway, there they are. Now I'm down to this. This is good. Just cuts down my food cost back here. It cuts it in half, which is good. These here, these are my buffs. they're probably on their last leg. I got them in March of 20. I got them March of 20. So March of 23 made it 3 years. So they're, you know, over March, April, May, June, July, 4 months. So they're almost 3.5 years old. They're not laying as much, and you know, I thought it was a bunch of other reasons why, but it just dawned on me today. Really, I was talking to the shrimp lady, and I realized how old they are, because she wants them when the other ones grow up and I can start getting eggs. But I was telling her I don't think they're going to really be giving her eggs. You know, she might want them for food. I don't know what she really does with all the chickens. It doesn't matter to me. You know, I'm just selling her the chicken. So anyway, all right. So I'll keep you updated when after we dry out those parsley leaves, and we'll grind them up and make the celery powder. Okay. So I'll keep you updated on that. Be blessed. I'll see you on the update. Okay. All right. Bye. Okay, guys. It's been 3 days that I went ahead with the dehydrator and let the dehydrator dry out the celery, okay? The celery leaves. So let's see. I mean, it looked pretty good. Okay, so what I have a little Mr. Coffee bean grinder that I use to grind my herbs. So let's get you in a little closer here. Okay, so I'm going to grab the leaves. And the little small stems I left on there. It almost feels like I could have probably let it go a little longer. It's not real. What's the word? It's not real crunchy like it'd be falling apart, real dried out. It's not as dried out as I thought it would be. Let me before I do any more, let me try this and see if it does it. Looks like it did it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's grinding it up really good. Okay, so let's get all this in here. Put my hand down in here and not realizing, you know, I don't know how it comes on. I don't want to accidentally press something. Does it smell like celery? And of course, all of this look like a lot when you put it in and it dries out. It looks like hardly anything, and then after you do this to it, even more, it looks like hardly nothing. But you're not supposed to put it in as much as I'm putting it in, but you see on here it says a max fill line. Caution, do not overfill. They talking about coffee beans, okay? If you put more than that with the coffee beans, the thing's going to bog down. You're going to burn it up. The herbs is real light. It's not going to matter if you toss it to the fire. Get some of this out of here. It sounds like it's bogging down a little bit. I'm just going to use one of these little small. I probably want to get the funnel. I need to use the funnel. So I don't get it all over the place. There we go. Beautiful. We still have a little bit more left to do. pretty messy. The real fine dust. And there you have it. I mean, I don't know, this is what, 4 ounces? So I probably got about 3 ounces in there. It's about 3 ounces in there. And I got to mark this so we know what it is. Okay, so there you have it. I have some celery powder for when we cooking. We can use it to sprinkle a little bit on our food, on certain foods that we want to use it on for sure. And and then I have the chopped stalks in the refrigerator, and I've already been using it, and I'm going to use some today. And with some of my bell peppers that I'm getting out the garden and all that. So okay guys, I just wanted to show you that, me making some celery powder. Nice smells awesome in here, and we were smelling it the whole time. It was dehydrating, and it's just a good smell if you like celery. So alright guys, that's it for this little video, a little short video, and I'll keep you updated on some more stuff. Please hit the thumbs up button, like it for me, subscribe if you haven't, share it if you can. But thanks for tuning in on my channel, and be blessed, okay? See you on the next video. Bye.